survive, but I've got the fire burning inside. And I've waited so long for this moment in time. I'm gonna change, you wait and see. I'm gonna be the best I can be. I'll be much better than everybody, 'cause this time it's all about me. You can dream when you sleep, you can sleep when you're dead. The bitch is hungry and she needs to be fed. I'm not gonna have sand kicked in my face anymore till the day that I die. Show me the way, show me a sign. Show me that this time it's my turn to shine. I'm gonna be so much better than you, 'cause this time it's all about me.
About me, it's all about me. Not you, it's all about me. Fuck you, 'cause it's all about me.
Early to bed, early to rise. Could I have a salad instead of the fries? The odds are against me, but what the hell? I'm gonna start standing up for myself. I'm gonna change, you wait and see. I'm gonna be the best I can be. I'll be much better than everybody, 'cause this time it's all about me. She was my true love, now she's dead and gone. She made me feel whole, and when I failed, she'd hold my hand when nobody ever would. She understood. She came with me everywhere I'd go. I miss her so. She was my only true love. She was all I would ever need. But now she's dead and buried under the willow tree.
Translates to lost bread, and then later in the 16th century, Henry V.
Allez, c'est parti. Tout d'abord, comme il s'agit de pain perdu cuit au four, nous allons préchauffer le four à 400 degrés Celsius.
the high school and college students who are experimenting with LSD will be running many of our institutions and guiding public policy.
The communists are killing your sons in South Vietnam.
Sometimes even torture.
I said there was communism on college campuses. Now the liberals are admitting that there's communism on college campuses.
College students who are using LSD and marijuana today do not comprise a criminal class. They are not drug addicts.
Reply to teacher Gabe was, well, the student knows that tomorrow we may lose his head in Vietnam or by an atomic bomb. He's not too concerned about the possibility of damaging a few brain cells with a trip on
They're
LSD.
your best educated, your most creative, and your most courageous young people.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask.
And like it or not, they're going to build you a new civilization.
And you can see that it's absorbing it quite well here.
There's something broken inside of me, something no one else can see. Something hurts and it's way down deep. I think there's something wrong with me. I've got friends that I never see. They say they don't have time for me. I try to reach out to my family, but I just get voicemail. I try to watch TV, it only saddens me. Everyone's yelling and screaming and fighting in the streets. I put some food in the microwave, forgot about it for several days. Then when I found it, I just threw it away. There's surely something wrong with me. All the kids in the neighborhood tell me I don't look so good. How I would change it all if I could, but I can't. Every day used to be such possibility. Now every road that I take leads to failure and despair. Here we go. There's something broken inside of me, but whatever will be, will be. I guess it's just my fucking destiny, because there's something wrong with me. Play it. I guess it's just my fucking destiny, because there's something wrong with me. Even though they say she's out of my league, I'm coming up with a plan. I'm gonna change the way I strut my stuff. I'm gonna be a new man. I'll make her homemade ice cream, ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up to make her homemade ice cream. Capers on top, and I'm gonna make her mine with my homemade ice cream. Ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up to make the homemade ice cream. Capers on top, and I'm gonna make her mine with my One day she's got a boyfriend, the next day she's engaged, and then she says she's married. Girl, why are you playing these mind games? Love games, head games, brain games, mind bending twisters. She's playing with my mind. I saw her on the street with another guy. Funny, cause she told me she didn't want to be in a relationship. Mind games, love games, head games, word games, brain twisters, mind busters. She's playing with my mind. Word quizzes, brain busters, trivia questions, puzzle conundrums, jigsaw puzzles, crossword puzzles, Sudoku, word search. She says she wants to Uber home now, 'cause you're just not her type of guy. But she still wants to be your friend. And if she meets her Mr. Right, then maybe you could help her move her stuff when she moves in with him. But for now, she just wants an Uber home. She says it's not that you're not handsome, you're just not her cup of tea. 'Cause she's got better things to do than to hang around with you. She's got other ways she'd rather spend her time. And that's why she just wants to Uber home. I was roving on the bog on a misty Irish morning when an Englishman jumped up and shouted, "Ho, top of the morning, row, ho, diddle-hi-yay, fancy free with a hang down low, shave my belly with a rusty knife, and I wake up in the morning, a bottle of rum and a fancy jig, and the road rise up to me, gee, just put another shrimp on the Barbie friend, and I'll be there to greet ye. Row, ho, skiddle-dee-doo, whack all day on a Tadeo with a bottle of rum and a drunken whore, and I go home in the morning. Row, ho, diddle-i-yay, musty Irish morning friend, shitting in a bucket with a drunken whore, and I go home in the morning. She says she wants to Uber home now, 'cause you're just not her type of guy. But she still wants to be your friend. And if she meets her Mr. Right, then maybe you could help her move her stuff when she moves in with him. But for now, she just wants an Uber home. She says it's not that you're not handsome, you're just not her cup of tea. 'Cause she's got better things to do than to hang around with you. She's got other ways she'd rather spend her time. And that's why she just wants to Uber home.
Check. Check. Testing the mic 1, 2. 2. Help. Help. Help me. Seriously. Serious. 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 Seriously. Help. Seriously, help me. Help.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, 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 testing.
Hello? Testing the mic 1, 2. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Check. Help. Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to be teaching you how to make apple hash browns. It's basically your traditional hash browns that you might get at a Greasy Spoon or a truck stop. But the twist is that we're going to substitute the potatoes with shredded apple. So it's going to be a little bit less potassium for you. And it's going to have less starch and more fiber for those of my irritable bowel syndrome people out there. Okay. And we're also sponsored today by Factor. Factor is a company that will send you boxes of meals. You just go to their website and pick out your meals, and they send them right to your door. And you can prepare them in 2 minutes. A couple weeks ago, you might remember that I did the demonstration of the website. Well, they sent me the box, and so I'm going to open the box, and we're going to prepare some of the food, and we're going to eat it. And it's going to be delicious. It's a great company. And we're also going to use my apple hash browns as a side item for it, I think. Oh, wow. What's going on here? We've got some alerts. And I want to thank people in real time the best I can. Fat Honger has resubscribed for 20 months. Thank you so much, Fat Honger. It's always good to see you on here. Dignity Level resubscribed for 22 months. That's amazing. Thank you, Dignity Level. And Beelzebub gifted a Tier 1 sub to Nico Tezo. This is great. These are longtime old school users gifting each other, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Thank you, Beelzebub, for all that you do, and thank you, Nico Tezo. And Beelzebub gifted a Tier 1 sub to Mrs. Frankie Artsy, but that happened 5 days ago. So I'm still happy to shout it out, though. A lot going on here. So you got to forgive me a little bit because I've got so much going on in my mind. The first thing I want to say is a very special thank you to the users that came out to hang with me in Key West. I had a great time, and let's see what's going on here. We had a great time. They came to the show. As a matter of fact, Blurry Little Quest sent an image from the comedy club that I was appearing at. And we're going to use this as the background for a little bit. Oh, I wanted to thank Michelle C. for sending us that previous picture. Maybe we'll go back to it so that we can take it all in. Michelle C. Thank you very much for this beautiful, beautiful sunset. A Maryland sunset, I think you called it. So thank you. You have beautiful sunsets where you are. And we also have, let's see, let's go back to the comedy club here. Mochi's Nirvana is here. Mochi was there, as well as Kairosa, Ransom GR, Blurry Little Quest, and Ransom GR. Who am I leaving out? I don't want to say the real name. I don't want to dox anybody. I just want to say the yeah, I don't want to. Oh, and Cry Yourself to Sheep. That's right. Blurry Little Quest said Ransom's wife. I didn't say that. That's Blurry Little Quest saying that. So don't accuse me of doxing. Doxing is a very difficult thing to avoid. When I was demonstrating how to go to the Factor website last time, I had the unfortunate circumstance of, even though I was in incognito mode, it filled in my email. So I guess everybody knows my email, but that's never really been a big secret anyway. It's basically my email plus Gmail, or it's my username plus gmail.com. David Blowy, and I think this is the real David Blowy, says, wish my parents emigrated to America in the 90s so I could have been born there and went to your stand-up. Yeah, that would have been... that, or you could have just gotten on a plane and done it. You don't have to have changed so much of your past. Okay, everybody. Well, we've got so much to do today. And but I did want to say a very special thank you. It warmed my heart that you guys came out and even bought me some food, as well as I think there was some talk about how Borsonvin contributed to a round, and if that's so, then thank you, Borsonvin, as well. If Borsonvin didn't, then I take back my thank you, because I never want to thank somebody for something that they didn't do. But I think, yeah, Borsonvin said, yeah, paid y'all a beer. All right, well, thank you very much, Borsonvin, and thanks for using the Southern vernacular there. Karums says, I have enjoyed your stories on Doug Stanhope's podcast. Yeah, Doug Stanhope, one of my oldest friends in comedy, and great guy. And if you want to go back to his podcast, you can certainly hear, I think in 2011, we did one from the Green Room in San Diego, California, and it was just a ton of laughs. Thank you for that. Okay, we have a couple of birthday situations. I want to get those out of the way here. Hold on a second. And before I forget, because today is sponsored by the nice folks at Factor, and I don't want to take that for granted. It's very nice. You know, as you probably know, Henry's Kitchen is a niche market thing. It's not necessarily something that attracts mainstream companies. It's not even something that mainstream people are into, or a lot of even people that are on the fringe are into. But I like it, and I want to thank the folks at Factor, and I want to give this shout out. There's a link going around in the chat that you're going to see every now and then. But basically, you can also go to my Twitch channel, and in the About section, you should see. You see how up in the top corner here, there's a. There should be a little graphic there. But there should be a link. You just click on the panel and it takes you to the link. And that's my specific link for Factor. And how many do we have so far? We have 6 signups. So that's very nice of you, folks that signed up. It only works in the US, unfortunately. But I think you can do it from outside the US. But I don't think that's part of this campaign. It doesn't count or something. But anyway, I just want to say you can get 50% off. This is the offer from Factor. You can get 50% off of your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life using my link. That means you can choose 2 free wellness shots from the 3 available flavors for every order while you are an active subscriber. So that's a great deal. I mean, it's a great time right now to get 50% off of your food if you want to go to the Factor website using my link and sign up for it. And I'm going to demonstrate the food. It's really good. And one of the things about the food is that it's so quick to prepare. It only takes about 2 minutes to prepare that I didn't really have enough content to do a stream, so I figured I'd make a side item of my own, which is apple hash browns, and that's what we're going to do today. All right, thank you for bearing with me as I give a shout out to our sponsor, and now I want to go back to doing our normal content. I'm going to turn the reverb on, so let's do that now. Check. Help. You can hear that okay? Henry Philippopoulos says it's still quicker to just eat ham by the leg. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Shrugsley says, it's your birthday, Henry. Am I dumb? Did Quanto out your birthday? Happy birthday. No, it's not my birthday at all. But I appreciate it. I'll save that happy birthday for when it actually is my birthday several months from now. Spacey says, hi, Henry. I just joined. Are you dressed so neatly because the stream is sponsored? Yes, that's exactly what this is. I'm trying to do the best I can as a pitchman, and I think part of that is dressing the part. I've never really done stuff like this, and I guess you could say I'm trying to give this whole life thing a new chance, a second chance, if you will, or maybe an 18th chance. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says you look like a proper Mormon. Very snazzy, Henry. Thank you. The Mormons are very snazzy looking people, and that's a compliment. I appreciate that. So I believe that we have 2 birthdays. According to the chat that was happening in the Discord channel, we've got Piss Baby is having a birthday, as well as Boursenvin, our resident Frenchman Boursenvin. So these are not going to be easy sounds to rhyme with, but I'm going to do the best that I can. But either way, this is a birthday shout out from Key West Comedy Club in Key West, Florida, United States. Picture taken by Blurry Little Quest, and here we go. It's nobody's birthday, there'll be no big surprise. The candle's flame was doused away by the teardrops in my eyes. It's nobody's birthday, even though you thought it may be. It's nobody's birthday but Piss Baby. Alright. It's nobody's birthday. And this next one I had to do a little research here. No tail on the donkey today. No need to celebrate being alive when your dreams get whisked away. It's nobody's birthday. The 10th most common surname in Denmark is Jorgensen, 'cause it's nobody's birthday but Borsenven. No, it's nobody's birthday but Borsenven. Happy birthday to Borsenven and Piss Baby. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's go on to the next segment. So this morning I was working on my appearance, and I was thinking, well, we've got a couple more shout outs here. Quite a few, actually. Wow, okay, I'm going to read these off. Beelzebub gifted a tier 1 sub to David Blowy. Shrek MD subscribed to us. Thank you, Shrek MD. Minho Shin 64 resubscribed and says, I'll thank you, Borsenven. Waffleo33 has subscribed tier 1 for 2 months. I'm going to take the Reverbason off. Check, 1, 2. Thanks, Waffleo33. Toke My Nuts has resubscribed at tier 3 for 17 months. Amazing. Thank you so much, Toke My Nuts. I'm driving 3 hours to Wisconsin to see you next month. Can you spot me some gas money? Wow, really? I'm going to get to meet the real Toke My Nuts. This is amazing. So yeah, come on up to Wisconsin. If anybody wants to see where they can see me on tour, you're going to have to drive a long way, unfortunately, because I don't tour very often. And also people don't offer for having me in their town. So there is, thank you very much. It's Kate X has posted henryphillips.com/tour dates. There's the link, and you can come see me. And I'm going to work on another one in the fall, and I'm going to try to hit the Northeast. It already looks like Connecticut is going to happen. Fairfield, Connecticut. Just going to need a date. And then Park City, Utah is happening for sure in August. We just don't have the venue yet. But Park City, Utah is definitely happening first weekend of August as part of the art festival there. So there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming up. Spacey says, I might fly from the Netherlands to the U.S. to go see the Henry Phillips tour. Well, we've got Peoria, Illinois coming up, and a lot of the users are going to be there. If you go to Davenport, Iowa, I'm pretty sure that's right on the Mississippi River. So that would be something for you to see if you're coming from the Netherlands. You guys have great bodies of water and great bodies, I've heard, as well. I haven't heard that, but maybe it's true. I don't know. I'm not insulting anybody. But I'm just saying that there's great bodies of water in both the Netherlands and in the U.S., and the Mississippi River is one of them. Robert Table says, yes, notoriously close to the Netherlands, Peoria, Illinois. Well, if you look at a globe, I think relatively speaking, it's closer than Antarctica. But I might be wrong about that. I'm not a big geology guy. Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Big Dong Donnie. Thank you so much, Anonymous, and we love the work that you do. And Jose frickin' Perez resubscribed for 19 months and says, Yo, Henry, hey, users, I wish I could stay, but I'm at stupid work. Yeah. And technically, I'm at work right now, which brings us to our next segment. I was thinking about my appearance. And I was like, you know, I really should wait a second, what's this? I'm sorry, I don't mean to get distracted, but it looks like Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Foreskin Assassin. So thank you very much, Anonymous. That's very kind of you. And welcome, Foreskin Assassin. I was thinking to myself, well, I'm going to change the background image here. Thank you very much, Blurry Little Quest, not only for coming to Key West, but also for that cool background pic. JB's Tech sends us a cool one here. This is perfect. We're going to use this as the background for the next segment. I was about to put on a tie, which I don't do very often, but then I thought, you know, why don't I put it on the stream? And that way I can show some of the users out there that maybe grew up, if you're an orphan or something like that, and nobody was there during your childhood to teach you how to put on a tie. Let me be that person in your life and teach you how to put on a tie the right way, using the Windsor knot. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to grab a tie. You can use any kind of standard issue tie. This is a purple tie. It's actually kind of expensive. I got it at the Nordstrom's. And I'm going to check in on the chat here and make sure I'm not missing any important information. Henry Philippopoulos says, is this cultural appropriation? I don't think so. Also, I'm getting a thing from Twitch saying my ad is about to start. That doesn't make any sense. I already did my ad. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to have to call customer service. But here we go. So first thing you want to do is put your collar up. I'm going to see if I can get the camera closer to me here. That's not right. Hold on a second. Oh, you know what? Let's check in on my cat, Roast Beef, to see how he's doing. He's all right. He's sleeping. You can see his stomach heaving there, so he's... it's hard to tell what's going on. He's definitely been sleeping a lot, and it's not extremely entertaining content. Oh, he's twitching a little bit, so he might be having a nightmare. We're going to check in more on my cat, Roast Beef, but right now he seems like he's very, very preoccupied with his sleeping. A lot of times he gets tired from sleeping all day, so he has to go to sleep. Okay. Let's do... something like this. Is this going to work? Quanto, who is our one of our 2 VIPs, along with Mochi's Nirvana, is our technical advisor. However, Quanto is currently building a family and breeding, if you will. So it's difficult sometimes to get technical assistance, but I'm actually pretty proud of how I've been pretty good at the technical assistance here. So I'm going to try to zoom in. Maybe I'll get it about like this. Yeah, okay. Well, no, I got to get it something like this. Okay, can you see that okay? Now you're supposed to do this top button, but that's too tight for me. So, all right. You know what? I'm going to try to zoom out a little bit. Sorry. I want you to be able to see the whole thing. Man, oh man, this is probably not the most entertaining content we could be having at the moment. Okay, I think that's probably going to work. Okay, so you'll see that you've got the tie. You want to drape it so that it's roughly even. to start out with. I don't know if you can see that, but drape it around yourself. You want to have the skinny part on the right, my right, or no, sorry, you want to do it the other way. My right, you want the fat part, and then you're gonna drape it over the other side, and then this is where I pull down a little bit on one. I still feel like you can't quite see. I'm trying to look at it in the camera, so it's difficult. Okay, so you drape the fat part over the skinny part, and then the skinny part you want to tuck up. And underneath, there's going to be a knot here, and then you want to go underneath the knot. Uh-oh, there's movement on the roast beef front. Oh, he's coming out here. Okay, this is obviously not how you do it. Hold on a second. I'm going to start from scratch. I think it's supposed to be the other way, actually. Yeah. So you're going to take this part, yeah. And then the fat part goes in the front. So you're going to pull this over and put it in here. That's not right either. Hold on a second. Maybe, I think what's hard is I'm trying to look at myself doing it on camera and everything's reversed. All right, hold on. Tuck under here. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and tuck it into the knot there. Did you know that tying a tie was the #1 most searched thing on YouTube for about 10 years? Okay. There we go. And then you want to just slide this up. This is called a Windsor knot. There you go. I know you guys have questions. Henry Philippopoulos says, why is my right different from your right? Is it because I'm in the southern hemisphere? Yeah, if you're in Australia or New Zealand, you might be in the southern hemisphere. And JV's text says, and that makes sense because Windsor is where most teenagers from Michigan go to drink legally. That's right. Windsor is located across the lake from Detroit. As a matter of fact, this is a good trivia question. The only place in all of the United States where you can be looking south and see Canada is in Detroit, and you're looking at Windsor. Double check that, though. Kairosa says, I'm left-handed. Can you do it in reverse? It's hard for me to follow along. If you're left-handed, I don't know. That's going to be tough. I'm not sure how that's going to work for you. I'm just happy to have this, so I think we're going to go ahead now and do the next part, which is pulling down the outside rim of our shirt. You just want to drape it over Ideally, you don't want to see any of the tie around your neck. Okay. I've done this better in the past. This is not the best one that I've done. In fact, it's kind of bumming me out. I don't understand why. This is very difficult. Hold on a second. Everybody, I'm going to get the camera on roast beef. Just chill for one moment. I didn't think today was going to be super easy, but it's actually turning out to be a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. What is that, Borsenvin? It looks like Borsenvin donated $5 and says, "Have you tried looking it up on YouTube?" No, I haven't. Ideally, I'm the one teaching it, so I shouldn't have to look it up. Irish Drummer Boy resubscribed for 4 months and says, "Looking sharp, Henry. What's the occasion?" We're sponsored today. We have a sponsored stream from Factor, and that's the occasion there. Robert Tables resubscribed for 2 months. Hope people get a chance to see the solar eclipse on April 8th across North America. Thanks, Robert Tables. We're going to check that out. Okay. I'm going to try to check in on roast beef here. Let's see how that's going. Okay, he's back to bed. He was up for a second and now he's back. Now we will simply put our apron on because we don't want to get food on our nice shirt. Evil Ian 02 says, "Wow, real live solar eclipse. Maybe Henry can do a how-to video about how to best enjoy it."
Okay.
Yeah, I think that you're supposed to get a piece of paper and cut out a little hole in it and then just look at it through the hole. Something like that. Maybe Irish Drummer Boy, or no, Robert Tables can help us with that. Nova Glarium resubscribed at Tier 3. Amazing. Thank you so much, Nova Glarium, for your Tier 3 subscription. And says, "Hi, Henry. I hope you and Roast Beef are doing well." We are doing well. We do the best we can. Roast Beef is very old. Had a physical exam recently. All of his numbers came up consistent with what he had in the past. He gets a monthly arthritis shot, which apparently the way it works is they charge you a couple $100 for the shot and say that if you don't get it, then your cat's in pain. But I don't have a way. I can't ask Roast Beef, hey, does this feel better? So it's one of those things where it's like, well, I guess I got to give you money. But you just got to watch out because when there's a financial incentive, a lot of times there's a little bit of corruption. And that's across the board with everything. Kairosa says, what does one eat during an eclipse? Well, I would probably say maybe a nice pizza, because that's circular. Okay. Let's go ahead and, what are we going to do here? Let's hold on a second. I guess it's time now to let's go into Factor a little bit. I once again, if you're just joining us, we're being sponsored by the company Factor 75, which is you should see the link to the website on my About section on my Twitch channel. You just click on the panel, and that's the Henry's Kitchen link, and that gets you 50% off of your first box of meals that you're going to receive. I have a box here, but just to review, I'm going to go through the website, and I also want to make sure I read this verbatim because I want to do justice to them. Get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life using my link. That means you can choose 2 free wellness shots from the available flavors for every order while you are an active subscriber. So you get 2 free wellness shots. Wellness shots, they have vitamins and a couple of antioxidants and fiber and stuff. You know, it's just stuff that boosts your wellness. Neo Esquire says, I love the early sessions of Factor where people ate bugs. I think you're talking about a different situation. That doesn't sound familiar to me. Maybe that's maybe there was a movie. I don't know. Psych ward, but feel free to explain because if I'm missing something, then let me know. Psych ward Sally, how big is the needle for the shots? No, I imagine that they're probably juice shots. I doubt there's a needle situation thing going on. Okay. What else do we got here? No Frag TV, will anyone get shot? No. You're missing the word shot. Moochie Nucci asks a pretty fair question. Why would I pay for a box of food when I can go in the trash behind the grocery store? Well, this food is prepared by dietitians and also by chefs. No, sorry, it's approved by dietitians and prepared by professional chefs. And as you'll see on the website, you can go in and choose a meal plan based on your specific needs. For example, if you're vegetarian or vegan, you can choose that. Or if you're trying to go low calorie or keto or any one of these types of diets, they'll do that. You can pick those too. So that's a big part of it. As I've mentioned before, they're extremely quick to prepare. So that way, if you're sitting around the house and you don't want to spend an hour making beef Wellington, for example, you can just grab a Factor box and heat it up for 2 minutes and you're up and running. And that's going to keep you from those late night trips to the McDonald's or whichever fast food type of situation you live near. It's worked for me in the past. JSBX fan says, do they make meals with cumin? Yeah, I'm sure they probably use all kinds of spices. And Borsenvin says, but beef Wellington only makes 2 hours and 55 minutes to make. That's true. That is a good point. Totatile says, what if I want to go non-vegan? Well, Totatile, you are in luck because there are plenty of non-vegan gluten-containing options on the website. So let's go to it now. Why don't we? Here we go. I'm going to go to the website. Okay, so you should see in front of you something that looks like now I got to this website by clicking on the link, the very special link that you probably see in the chat. These are ready-made meals. Look at this. Fusilli and ground pork tomato ragu. Nothing vegan about that. That's going to fill you up with some pasta and some protein. Loaded mashed potatoes and shredded chicken. And look at that broccoli over there. That's going to get you your fiber and your vitamins. Computer, tell me the health benefits of eating broccoli.
Some health benefits commonly associated with broccoli may include improving skin and hair, good source of fiber, lowering blood pressure and cholesterol levels, improving digestion, reducing the risk of cancer, is good source of vitamins and antioxidants.
Do you see that? I mean, do you see all the advantages that you're going to get out of eating that broccoli? I mean, that's pretty incredible. Creamy mushroom chicken and rice with garlic beans, green chili chicken for a little bit of a southwestern flair, Dijon ground beef, and mushroom skillet. Mochi's Nirvana. Thank you so much. Let's go over here. And it looks as though Mochi's Nirvana has gifted. Hold on. Mochi's Nirvana gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Mochi, one of our 2 VIP users here. We have 412 subscribers. So one way to look at that is that our subscribership is falling precipitously down by the dozens and even the hundreds. But the optimist would look at that as saying, well, you know, he's been showing a lot of pictures of Bono, and maybe Bono's not very popular with the young people, and so maybe that's why it's dropped off a little bit. But either way, Scar Winter says, what can I substitute broccoli with? Well, I would say you could substitute your broccoli with asparagus, maybe. Henry Philippopoulos says, all this pussy farting around is making us all get off. Henry, I think it's time to get down to business. Can we see one of the meal boxes? We will be getting to one of the meal boxes. I know I'm trying to increase your anticipation level for the value, for suspense purposes. Active Shooter Jan says you should adopt more Zoomer lingo, Henry. For real, no cap. Yeah, I'm familiar with no cap. Super Potatoes 1989 says, I thought it was just gift subs expiring. Yeah, that's probably what it is. That happened. That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's go back to our situation, but I want to make sure, I want to thank you, Mochi, for those 5 gift subs. And Arch Bounds has resubscribed for 22 months. And says, looking good, Chef. Thank you very much, Chef. Right back to you, Arch Bounds. And speaking of Chef, I want to say that on March 27th, we're going to do another collaboration here with Chef Reactions. You probably know Chef Reactions from having millions of followers on TikTok and Instagram and all these platforms. Well, he's on Twitch as well, and I'm gonna try to cook up something good, maybe a chicken cacciatore. And we also hang out and talk chef to chef, and we have a good time. So let's go back to our situation here. This is the weekly menu. I'd like to try an experiment. We can load more meals. I'm going to pick from this weekly menu my favorite meals. If you go to our plans, oh, okay. So you can see here you've got your chef's choice. Oh, there's a mystery offer. I'm not going to do that right now. Chef's choice, so that's the easy one. You just get them to give that to you. But you also have keto, calorie smart, so this is going to be your low-cal options. Flexitarian, which I imagine that's somebody who swings in both directions. And then protein plus and vegan and veggie. So whatever suits your lifestyle, and then you pick how many meals you want. They send it to you. Now, I'm in incognito mode, so with mine, you're going to get 50% off. But make sure you use the link that's on my website. So you're going to have 50% off of your first box. And you get these free wellness shots as well. So, okay. Let's go back here to where we were. There it is. Okay, so in the chat, there's a link to my personal, the Henry's Kitchen personal discount link. All right. So now what we're going to do, and I'm going to see if It's Kate can help me with this. It's Kate X here on Twitch. I'm going to pick 5 meals from this list. And I was thinking maybe we could do a poll and everybody could vote on what you think is probably the best of all these meals. So right off the bat, I'm going to say, and I think that's going to teach us a lot about where the people are coming from. It's Kate X. Does that sound like something we can do? I'm sorry we didn't talk about it ahead of time, but I know that you're good with doing polls usually. Is that difficult to set up? Borsenvin says truffle butter. Okay, great. All right, we're going to do it. So we're going to pick 5 of these. I'm going to go with truffle butter filet mignon. That's a gourmet plus. We're just going to do the gourmet plus ones. Garlic herb roasted barramundi. That's parsley potatoes, chive butter, zucchini, and beurre blanc sauce. Wild mushroom filet mignon. Well, no. I'm going to skip that one because we've already got the truffle butter, so I don't want to do 2 filet mignons. Oh, but all the gourmet ones are. So now those are the 2 sort of high calorie ones. So we're going to have to go now with, I want to pick a southwestern one. Shredded chicken taco bowl. That'll be our number 3 option. I want to make it fair. Moroccan style almond crusted salmon. Okay, that's good. That's a protein plus. We can load more meals here. Some of these meals really make you feel like you're on vacation, and but they're all very well balanced. For our 5th one, let's do the peanut Buddha bowl. That's going to be cilantro quinoa, gochujang spiced peanuts, and sesame broccoli. All right, so we're just doing this on the fly here, but does that, do we have the list of all those? I can run them by one more time. We've got the truffle butter filet mignon, the garlic herb roasted barramundi, and then we had the shredded chicken taco bowl, Moroccan style almond crusted salmon, and finally the peanut Buddha bowl. All right. So we're going to do a poll and see which one everybody's going to go for. And I think that'll be interesting. I would imagine it's going to be the filet mignon because okay, the poll is up. Everybody put in your vote. And then what do we do now? Do we do the results after a little while? It's been a while since we've done a poll. Shrugsley says, if I have to do the truffle butter and not the mushroom filet mignon, I'll take the truffle butter mignon, hold the truffle butter at mushrooms. Shrugsley, yeah, I'm in your camp too. I'm not a truffle guy, but I noticed that I'm usually in the minority on that. It seems like everybody loves truffles. So, yeah, of the 2, I would probably go for the regular mushroom one. Okay, it lasts a minute and then the results are in. So we're waiting down the minute. Wow, interesting how many people are... Bielsby says, I won. I didn't know there was a winning. Chicken taco bowl just won. Okay, so let's take a look at the chicken taco bowl. Thank you so much, It's Kate X, for conducting that poll for us. And I find that interesting. I was thinking it would be the filet mignon, but then again, chicken is a little more responsible type of meat to have for your health. And also, where is it? Okay, that's the Buddha. Shredded chicken taco bowl. It's got that southwestern thing, so I think that makes it kind of feel a little bit like you're on vacation. So, packed with savory Mexican-style flavors, each element of this dish comes together to form one exciting bowl. Juicy shredded chicken seasoned with our house-made taco seasoning is served over black beans and brown rice. It's all accented with a roasted corn salsa made with spicy poblanos, red bell peppers, cilantro, paprika, cumin. I don't know if the paprika is stoked or not, but chili powder, and the meal is finished with a creamy cilantro sour cream, perfect for drizzling over the top. Okay, so that's good. So it says that the meal is finished, so you don't have to do anything. Well, I mean, that's the website, guys. So once again, I'm going to say, if you want to get involved with having boxes of food delivered to you and try it out now, you can use my particular link, which is either in the chat here every now and then, or you can go to the website or to the Twitch channel in the About section and then click on Factor panel and go through it that way. And you get 50% off of the meals. And not only are they prepared by chefs like myself, probably more experienced chefs, and dietitian approved, and you can read all the ingredients and everything. But they're going to save you a lot of time. You don't have to cook them all. They just show up all ready to heat up and eat. Okay, so that's that. And thank you very much for bearing with me as we went through some of that stuff, and we learned a lot about everybody's food preferences, I think, also. So Arch Bounds resubscribed tier 1 for 22 months. Yeah, and we already said that, so thank you very much. Nella Wallen says, if I order it now, can you wait so we can cook it at the same time? No, because I already got mine. And that's part of what I'm doing today, is I'm going to show you how to do it. But if you can watch the DVD after the fact. Okay. No Esquire says, are you going to sell my voting habits? Absolutely. Yeah, I will say that now that we know what you put your vote in, we're going to sell that information of what No Esquire's personal preference for food is. And then it doesn't mean that they're going to come to your door and try to, harm you or anything. It just means that they're going to use your personal data. And I don't know who they are, just maybe the government, for advertising their groceries and stuff to you. No, none of that is true. Okay. Yeah, Munch Hotel says, collect that customer data, get that cash. Michael Bublé, and this is the real Michael Bublé, says, you will start getting pop-ups for taco chicken bowls. Yep, but when you think about it, wouldn't it be great to have taco chicken bowls always popping up at you? All right, everybody. We're getting off a little bit here. Let's go ahead and change up the image. Thanks again, JV's Tech, for that cool image. And maybe we can do... Oh, Nella sends us this cool one. Nella is on a plane, apparently. This is exciting. This makes me feel like I'm in that episode of The Twilight Zone with William Shatner where there was that strange creature on the plane. Michael Bublé says, I thought Nella was banned. No, apparently Nella is back and everything's working out great. Henry Philippopoulos says, is it ad time? Yeah, I think it is, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna run an ad. Here's how it's gonna go. I'm going to run an ad for the non-subscribers so that they can watch the ad. And meantime, I'm going to set up the unboxing of a Factor box right here, completely. I've never done. It's completely unopened, so I'll show you what I got. And there we go. So I'm going to run the ad now. Boom. I'm going to have to use the roast beef cam. This is going to be tricky because I got to get all the stuff. Oh boy, this is going to be very tricky. I've got to move all this. We've got this, okay. Now I'm gonna get the other camera. We'll get our Factor box. And I believe I've successfully covered up the address here. My address. So there we go. Maybe I can zoom out a little bit here. There we go. And we've got another couple of minutes of the ad. Let's go to our normal kitchen here. And I'm going to get some scissors. Michael Bublé says the painting is upside down. Oh yes, you're absolutely right. Sorry about that. I'm going to fix that right now. There we go. Sahwa says, did this guy just come back from Wall Street? Wow, that sounds like a compliment. I've never been mistaken for somebody who deals with financial matters successfully. Mochi's Nirvana says, do we need the chainmail? No, we're going to be using the green armor this time. This was another one of the ones that you guys gave me. And that won't be for the unboxing, but we'll be needing that for our other thing. For our food that we're going to be making today. Okay, we're just going to wait. Oh, it looks like the unsubs are back. Mega Gildy, Henry looks like a guy who would tell me how to invest my finances. Or I think you have a typo there, your fiancés. Unless you actually wanted me to tell you how to invest your fiancés. Yeah, no, I figured I'd give this whole life thing a second shot here. And try to really do a good job pitching here. I'm very grateful that the folks at Factor have sponsored the Henry's Kitchen stream. We don't attract a lot of sponsors here at Henry's Kitchen, probably because the food doesn't always come out awesome when we cook it. But speaking of food, let's go ahead and see what we've got here. This is my Factor box. I'm also going to go a little slow here because there might be a thing inside that's got my address as well. I don't know. So here we go. Oh boy. I'm excited. Now, I don't remember what we got, but we did it together on one of the previous streams. You can always watch the DVD or whatever. Okay. There's some even more deals that you're going to be able to get in your box here. So it comes all fresh. It's got these like ice things that keep it cold so that it doesn't spoil. Oh yeah. So we went with the cavatappi, an Italian style pork ragu with garlic broccoli. We've got the chef prepared, dietitian approved, fresh never frozen jalapeno lime cheddar chicken, little southwestern flair there. And then heat and eat in 2 minutes. Chicken Alfredo pasta. Yeah, now it's sounding familiar. I remember when we did this. And then we've also got our ground pork, cheddar chili, and mac. Oh boy. I'm going to put the box away. And probably what I'll do is I'll choose one of these and then I'll put the rest of them back in the box with those things. Or you can put them in the regular refrigerator. But you don't freeze this. That's something that I had to learn. This is not frozen food. This is fresh food. So when you freeze stuff, I guess it kind of compromises it, dehydrates it or something. So this is fresh food delivered right to you. Zergalisk 318 says, what is a dietitian? Are those people who take the calories and every ounce of joy out of the food? That's a good question. I think a dietitian might, if you get a good dietitian, they'll probably tell you, hey, you get 1,700 calories every day if you're trying to lose weight. You can spend those any way you want. You could get a giant, beautiful Chicago-style pepperoni pizza dripping with mozzarella cheese and rich sauce and gold crust dripping with oil, but that's all you're going to eat for the whole day, and that's going to be your 1,700 calories. Or you can do what a lot of people do, and that's space it out throughout the day. Eat one slice of pizza in the morning and then a couple slices for lunch. But I'm not a dietitian, so I really can't say for sure. But I'm going to try to figure out what to do here. Okay, so we actually have a situation where we're going to make our apple stuff here today. So I want to make sure that I pick something that's actually got that as a side item. I think today we're going to do the cavatappi and Italian-style pork ragu with garlic broccoli. So I want to ask the folks out there, what does cavatappi mean? Or maybe we'll try just doing the computer. What is cavatappi? Okay, computer doesn't want to play with us today. Michael Bublé says it's a type of pasta. Okay, can we get a verification on that? Because Michael Bublé sometimes says stuff that's questionable. And Michael Bublé, we're big fans of your music here. Borsenvin is our resident European expert on all matters European. So can you double verify that a cavatappi is indeed a pasta? Oh, no, Esquire says cavatappi is the Italian word for corkscrews. It is known by other names, including Celentari, Amori, Serpentini, Spiroli, Torselli, and Torglioni. Borsenbin says, yes, it's a pasta. Okay. My apologies to Michael Bublé for not trusting you, but I think it's always good to get a second opinion when you're asking questions on the internet. Toke My Nuts says long curly macaroni. Okay. Shrugsley says, I feel like you do mechanic work in that apron mixing up motor oil and cooking oil. Yeah, you don't want to mix those two up. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So I am going to take these other 3 boxes and I'm going to put them back in the box with the refrigeration, and I'm going to eat one every day for the next 3 days. Okay. And, just give me 1 second. I'm just reboxing my Factor. Let's take a look at roast beef and see what's happening. Roast beef is still sleeping, but as long as his chest is heaving, he is still with us. I make jokes like that. They're dark jokes, but I will say that he's a geriatric cat. He's very old. He's lived a wonderful life. It's sad to see any living creature aging, a loved one, a pet, even a plant. So I think that sometimes humor is my way of sort of dealing with it. You know what? I haven't even started my coffee this morning, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's pour some coffee. I'm wondering if maybe I should go ahead, because if I cook this now, it's going to be ready, but I want to have my meal all ready at the end. So I think we're going to go ahead now and cook my addition to the food that we have in the Factor. But, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to move on to another segment here. Hold on a second. We're going to use the green armor glove here. We'll pull this back to a reasonable place. And, these are the ingredients that we're going to be using today. Not a whole lot of ingredients. This should be a walk in the park. And we're going to use our induction stove. And here we go. So before we move on from Factor, I'm just going to go ahead and do another quick little pitch here. One, I'm going to read their statement. There's a link going on in the chat, but there's also on the Henry's on my Henlips One Twitch channel. If you go to the About section, you can click on the panel and it'll take you to the discount link. So get 50% off your first Factor box, and that box means there's 4 meals, or I believe however many meals. You can read about that. And free wellness shots for life using my link. So once again, get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life using my link. That means you can choose 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you're an active subscriber. So there you go. And just one more time, I want to say these meals are prepared according to your particular needs. So if you're into vegetarian or vegan, you can find that. Or if you just want to eat a filet mignon, like we saw, you can do that. Or if you want a taste of the Southwest, or maybe a little bit of Italy with a cavatappi and Italian-style pork ragu. There's tons of different kinds of foods there. And they're easy to prepare, so it's going to save you a lot of time, and you don't have that temptation to go stuff yourself with fast food, because that would require leaving the house. And this way, you just go to your, your Factor box, and you're eating within 2 minutes. So, okay, thanks again for bearing with me on that. I just want to make sure that everybody's aware, and I want to thank the folks at Factor for sponsoring us here at Henry's Kitchen. All right, let's make hash browns. These are homemade oh boy, hold on a second. These are called homemade crispy apple hash browns. I want to tell you something, guys. This is my own creation. I scoured the internet all over the place. I could not find any place where it taught you how to make hash browns with apples instead of with potatoes. So this is going to be a Henry's Kitchen original. However, what I am doing, in all fairness, is I'm going to allrecipes.com and going to homemade crispy hash browns, and I'm just going to swap out the potatoes for the apple. But it's still technically a different main ingredient, so it's still mine. It's still my thing. So here we go. Good old-fashioned restaurant-style hash browns. Perfect with hot pepper sauce and ketchup, but with apple. Okay, prep time 20 minutes. We'll see about that. If you're a firm believer that potatoes make basically any meal taste better, you're going to replace that with apple, then you've come to the right place, because we are too. Especially when it comes to breakfast potatoes. Once again, apples. Choosing which type of breakfast potato, and then it just talks for a long time. So we're going to go right down. Let's start with our ingredients. We want 1 egg, and I'm going to use the method that Chef Reactions told me about cracking eggs, and we're going to see if that's better than my method. We want, of course, our apple, obviously. Some type of liquid fluid. We've got our salt, our pepper, as well as not the star of our show, but certainly an important guest starring role, the flour. And this is, I'm going to be using a wheat-based flour, which is good for your digestion. For those of my friends out there that have diarrhea or irritable bowel syndrome, spastic colon, angry organs, whatever, livid colonic situation, syndrome, and also constipation. Okay, so Phantom Parakeet says, how runny does the liquid fluid need to be? It just needs to be, fluid-like, I guess. Quanto says, shout out to the Crohn's gang. Where are my Cones friends at? Okay. Super Potatoes 1989. I want to replace Super Potatoes with apple. Says, is it bad I just found 8 recipes for apple hash browns? Okay, I'm going to clarify. Those are hash browns that contain apple in them. But I'll bet you none of those use just apple instead of potatoes. Because everything that I found, it was like, yeah, we're going to make this with potato. And I was like, the whole point is I want apple hash browns. So I'm glad that you're checking in on that. Okay, let's go ahead now and go to our first direction. Number 1, gather all your ingredients. Well, we've done that. It's kind of a stupid number 1. It's like, well, yeah, okay. Gather ye ingredients. Gather ye ingredients while ye may, I think is Walt Whitman. I don't know who it was, but all right, let's go to step 2. We're going to rinse our shredded potatoes, but guess what? We don't need shredded potatoes. We're going to do apple. So it wants the potatoes to be shredded, so we're going to shred the apple. So let's go ahead and start now by shredding our apple. So I've got a shredder here, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and rinse this. So this is a shredder, and we're just going to literally start shredding. Actually, I don't think this is a shredder, now that I think about it. I have a shredder that the users gave to me, right? Yeah, we're going to use that, of course. Sorry, everybody. That was kind of stupid of me. I just never really quite know how this works, but we have a basket here inside. And then this part goes over. Hold on. It's already getting difficult. There we go. Okay. And then there's an attachment. Be very careful with this. There we go. Okay, so now we just, I think what we do is we scrape this. I better use this. Definitely better use the green glove for this. Actually, I think it's inside out though, because it's got the tag. So you want to pull these little finger parts out. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think it matters if it's inside out or not, because it's still going to be, it's about penetrating the whole material. It doesn't matter which part it gets to first. This sucks. Jeez. Okay. I'm going to push it through with my finger. Okay, let's I think this is working. We're going to find out. I'm trying to avoid the core, as opposed to working out where you want to work the core. We're trying to do the opposite. Yep, I got to the core. Mochi says looking good. Thanks, Mochi, for that vote of confidence. Oh yeah. You know what? You guys, the users, bought me this shredder, and I gotta say, this thing's freaking awesome. That looks like a professional hash brown right there. Okay. So now we've got our basket here of our shredded apple. Let's see what's next. We also want 1 medium onion finely chopped. Finely, not finally. I don't have an onion, but I have a shallot, which is a fancy type of a vegetable. So we're going to use that instead. I will, however, it is a lacrimatory inducing type of vegetable, so I'm going to be using the hat, not the hat, the helm. This is a you need to protect your eyes from the onion lacrimatory response, otherwise you'll tear up. So I'm going to be using what I call the Onyo helm, which is keeps the stuff from getting in your eyes, but it's a little hard to see sometimes with it. Okay, so I'm going to grab a simple knife here. You might ask, well, how come I'm not peeling it ahead of time? Well, why would I do that? Because as you can see, it naturally unpeels as you're cutting it. So I would be doing 2 actions instead of just the one. Efficiency is very important in the kitchen, and that's something that a lot of these assholes on YouTube and such don't know. And I think that's kind of what I bring to the table. Alright? Just cutting off sort of the excess, not as good parts of the shallot. Now, I'm going to start dicing. So this is where you start doing it real... What the... I guess somehow it got switched to the not sharp side. Actually, this was stupid. It's supposed to be the protective glove is supposed to be on the part that's in danger of getting cut. You're not supposed to cut it with the glove one. Oh. Fortunately, I'm using a paring knife, which is not as sharp. Okay, yeah, this feels way too normal. Frumlock says flip the shallot. Oh, you think maybe do it the other way? I think as long as you dice it in the end, it doesn't really matter which way you do it. Okay. I like to use the French pronunciation, the shallot. Okay. We're almost there. This is going to be really delicious, and it's going to be a great side item for our capitelli pasta ragu with broccoli. Oh boy, see, yeah, I just cut right into my thumb there, and fortunately I didn't even feel it because I had this thing. This thing is great. You, the users, have given me so much. This awesome protective glove that just saved my ass, and also this cutting board, as well as the vegetable slicer, and I think with that, we're good. We can remove the protective glove now because we're not going to be doing any more cutting. We can take the Onyo helm off. Thing sticks. Computer, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Okay, just checking. Sometimes it's good to check to see if you have a timer. What are we doing? Okay, so let's get our work bowl here. We've got, this is the work bowl I was using to catch fruit flies with vinegar, but I've washed it out very well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our shreds. Where's our shreds? What did I do with the shreds? Are you serious? I have this part. Does anybody remember, Toke My Nuts says Henry's losing it. Yeah, I'm losing my shreds. I put them aside. Oh, yeah. Okay, they weren't far. I just didn't recognize them, I guess. Okay. What we will be doing now is we're going to place the shreds in a bowl, the work bowl in this case, and we're going to mix in the onion, or in this case our shallot that we just diced. And it also wants us to add in the egg. So this is the way that Chef Reactions told me to do an egg. I think he said you do it on the table. And then you peel it and... No, that doesn't work. I'm going to do my old method. Might have gotten a little bit of shell in there, but you know what? That's okay. Actually, computer, what are the health benefits of eating eggshell?
Here's what I found. From NewZealandRabbitClub.net, eggshells contain many beneficial minerals, such as calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium, which are essential for maintaining a healthy skeletal structure, among other benefits.
Nice. Okay, and then we want 1/4 cup of flour. It says all-purpose flour. So this is flour that you can use for any purpose, literally any purpose that you can think of. Maybe you want to use it as a cleaning agent, or maybe use it to lubricate your engine. You can use it for anything that you want. Okay. What was that? Michael Bublé says, I shave with it. Yeah. We have a very complicated question here from Nella Wallen saying, Henry, everyone type Forsen. Henry Rosa said that Alexander Dean was asking earlier if you noticed blurry little quests saying that Munch Hotel was concerned about your white balance settings. Yeah, the white balance settings are probably not very good. I don't really know how to fix that right now. There's some technical problems. I'm a one-man show here, so it's a little difficult sometimes to get all the cinematography right. Sean Show says, I'll just eat the shell and throw out the egg from now on. Yeah, it sounds like it's got calcium, and that's good for you. Franz Schubert says, can I use the flour in the garden? Sure you can. Okay. Let's get back to work here. I want to see if I have some shout outs to give here. It's been a while since we've checked. So, Ursula resubscribed for 19 months and says, we missed you in the booth. I hope you're well, looking great. Thank you, Ursula. Thank you very much for your subscription there. And Ari Cake 7 resubscribed for 18 months. Archbounds resubscribed for 22 months. Says, looking good, Chef. Thank you very much. All right, everybody. If anybody's curious, we're at 413 subscribers, and we're at 7 Factor subscriptions. Thank you very much. Somebody just signed up for Factor, and we here at Henry's Kitchen, and by we I mean myself and my cat, Roast Beef, we want to thank you for that. Roast Beef is very excited every time somebody signs up for a Factor box, as you can see. Okay, let's what are we doing? Oh yeah. Place the shreds in a bowl, mix the onion, flour, and we're gonna whisk. So we want to get a whisker. All I've got is a little tiny baby whisker that was given to me by you, the users, but it's going to have to work in this case. Just start whisking. I'm very happy that we have such a good community here. It's been stressful for me. When I was in Key West, Florida last week, I was having a hard time figuring out how to do the stream, but we did it. I loaded up some old videos and we watched them together, and it felt like you were on the road with me in a weird way. And I don't know, I guess that just kind of warms my heart a little bit. Everyone type Forsen says above this message is Munch Hotel, and he's absolutely right, because right above that message is Munch Hotel. No Esquire says, sounds like some old Southern saying, by the hair of a baby whisker. Yeah, they have a lot of those types of sayings. My dad was from the South, and the one that he always told me is that when he was growing up, you weren't allowed to say the word fart in front of a lady. You had to say air shit. Okay, M. Cariotti says, Henry, your captors take good care of you. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely appeared to be in a captivity situation when I was in Key West, but I've emerged and I'm now very happily back in my own natural habitat and enjoying my afternoon. Okay, let's go ahead now and I think we've mixed that sufficiently. So heat about 1/4 inch of oil in a large heavy skillet over medium heat. Okay, well, we've got that. So let's do it. This is our large heavy skillet and it says 1/4 inch. Holy no, that's ridiculous. That's way too much oil. I'm not going to do that. That's absurd. 1/4 inch of oil. I'm just going to pour it and just, it says put it over medium high. I want to get it kind of all over. What I like to do is I pour it in the cup cap first. Boy, that's a lot of oil that it wants you to do. I don't think that's healthy. You can just just make sure that the whole thing is... Caffeinated Kath just resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much, Caffeinated Kath. Good to see you. I don't know if you're watching from work like you were last Wednesday, but that was very exciting and I appreciate it. Okay, I think it's time now for us to push start. Let's move all these ingredients out of the way. And we're going to get that oil nice and hot. Sizzling hot even. And then we're going to place our potatoes, I'm sorry, not potatoes though, we're doing apple mixture in there. Cover the whole bottom of the pan or make separate piles like pancakes. I think I might do the second option. Caffeinated Cat says, yes, we are. We have more people watching today. Thank you. Thanks, Caffeinated Cat, and hello, co-workers. Hank Boozle says you can waste less if you drink the oil afterwards. Yeah, oil, you'll notice it doesn't go away after you've cooked the food. It's always sort of there. Kairosa says, Henry, the mod team was wondering if we can get a pee break. It's been 6 hours since we sat in our cubicles and nobody's checked on us yet. Kairosa, as your employer here at Henry's Kitchen, I want to say we hear your concern. We understand that urination is a bodily function, it's a human function, and it's necessary in order to avoid certain health problems like bladder infection and inflated sore parts. But this is a very important part of the program, so I can't really let any of the employees go until the end of the hour. And I apologize for that. Sometimes as an executive, we have to make executive decisions, and they're not always popular, but that's what keeps this ship afloat. Okay, sorry. I'm very sorry. But, you know, if we were nice people here at Henry's Kitchen, we wouldn't have 400 viewers. Well, 300 and some viewers. Bad Doge says, hello, Henry. Can you keep saying that you're sponsored by Factor, but the sign clearly says Factor _ Please clarify. That might be, you might be referring to, yeah, I don't know. It's Factor 75 is the full name for it. But either way, you can go to the link. Oh, this is starting to sizzle. So I think we're going to do this sort of pancake style, if you will. I need some kind of a spatula situation. Hold on a sec. Computer, how much time left?
There are no timers set.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Let's put this down. Yeah, I'm going to do these kind of pancake style. Pancake is an odd term. Like, where would they come up with that term, pancake? It's not like it's a cake that you're cooking on a pan. But that's the way it is with a lot of these things. Okay, well. We're going to leave that there. This is going to be a good time. This is going to be a good time. It says, place the potatoes, or in our case, apples, into the pan. Cover the whole bottom of the pan, or make them like pancakes. Step 5. They didn't say there was a step 5. Actually, there's 7 steps. Cook until browned. Flip over on the other side. Should take 5 minutes per side. If you're cooking them in one big piece, can be cut into quarters. So there's just some sort of extraneous information. Remove from the pan. Drain on paper towels. Okay. So I'm gonna season this with our salt and pepper. That's what I'm gonna do right now. That's gonna be good. And I'm gonna get a little bit of salt. That might have been a little too much salt. We're gonna find out. I need to get a preparing plate. Hold on. I'm going to have a plate ready with a paper towel that we're going to put this over. Let me try to flip it with my spatula. I can't find my spatula now. Shit. Oh, here it is. Okay. Wow, that cooked fast. That cooked very fast. But, you know, I think it looks okay. Make sure it's in the oil. Okay, next up. Now we're under the gun. I'm going to prepare our factor meal because now it's going to be ready. What did I do with it? Literally, where did I put my factor meal? Does anybody remember? Oh, here it is. Okay, got it. Okay. So we're going to look at the instructions here. Preparation instructions. You can do this in a conventional oven, but we're going to do this in the microwave because we're in a hurry. Remove the outer packaging. Pierce plastic with a fork. You can use a knife. That's just a little pro tip. It just needs a little bit of air to breathe. And then microwave on high for 2 minutes. If needed, continue to heat for 30 seconds until the temperature is reached. And then you want to let it stand for 2 minutes. So then we're going to remove the film, transfer, and enjoy. Okay, here we go. That's underway. How are we doing now on these? Okay, now I'm cooking it too much. We got to unplug this. This is where we go wrong. Is everybody still there? Okay, I think we caught these just in time. I need a bigger plate to catch our grease. Sorry, I'm a little stressed out right now. There's a lot going on. I've got a slutted spatulated spoon here, and we're just gonna push this over. Be careful with this, because it's very hot. You don't want to be touching that. Like, for example, that just hurt, what I just did. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. The reason that you want it, apples tend to be very juicy. You've probably heard of the term apple juice. Well, that's juice that comes from an apple. You've probably also heard of apple sauce. That's sauce that comes from an apple. And you've probably heard of Chipotle. Chipotle is a fast food chain restaurant, and I don't remember where I was going with that. But this here is apple hash browns, and they're going to be very, very juicy coming out and very oily. So we're going to put them on a paper towel to sort of dry out. Okay, so we're sort of in a holding pattern now. We're going to take some of our... Got a lot going on here, sorry. I'm going to let the factor meal sit for about 2 minutes, like they said. Maybe I'll take it out. It's going to be hot. Be careful there. Whew. But that is going to be ready. Okay, and in terms of these, we just want to flip them like that. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, sort of improvising here, I'm gonna take our hash browns and put them on one of maybe the green plate here. And then I'm gonna take this plate and just clean off some of that burned part. And now let's go to our factor meal. Still very hot. Whew. I think Beethoven, the classical composer, once said, "It don't fucking come easy." He said it in German, obviously, but whew, boy, this is hot. I probably shouldn't be doing this while it's still so hot, but I'm just really hungry. Now you can eat it right out of this, but I like to plate it and make a little bit of a presentation. That's not going to come off. Okay, hold on a sec. Let's get a fork. We'll start with our broccoli. It smells good. It smells very well seasoned. That broccoli is going to be good for your calcium or whatever our computer said earlier when we were talking about it. Computer, what's good about broccoli?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Computer, what are the health benefits of broccoli?
Some health benefits commonly associated with broccoli may include improving skin and hair, good source of fiber, lowering blood pressure and cholesterol levels, improving digestion, reducing the risk of cancer, is good source of vitamins and antioxidants.
See? So there's a lot of good stuff about it. All right, guys, we are really damn close to eating our lunch. So what I'd like to do now is do a little bit of our song, our thank you song. I want to thank everybody for joining me here today. Put some reverb on. Check. Help! You can hear me? Nito the Burrito says, Henry, our office is doing a chili contest today. Are you competing? No, today we're making Factor's Cavatappi, an Italian-style pork ragu with garlic, broccoli. Oh, that's what the seasoning was, the broccoli that made it smell so good. And also our apple hash browns. Okay, so if you don't mind me just for a second getting all serious on y'all's asses, that's what we were saying there in Florida. Maybe it's rubbed off on me a little bit. Uh-oh, do you hear me? Check. Check. Help. 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 Can you see me and hear me? I heard some kind of a weird noise. That freaked me out. Okay, you can hear me. Okay. This is a song that goes out to all of you, the users, the Tier 3 subscribers, the major streamers that gave Henry's Kitchen its audience very early on, the technical advisors, the folks that run the Discord, the moderators. Thank you all so much. And this song goes to you. It's to the tune of Roger Miller's King of the Road, but I would say this is starting to become sort of our own. Fawcan and Dingo Bop, Dom Beef Hot Bear 1110, Do Dingle Dog Goggle, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, and also Shane Yes Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, it's Kate Kairosa, Daisy Blossom, Sir Doom, Bumble Vision, and the LGX, Pilsman Melon 95, Nim Forsen and Moon Moon, XQC and Amaru, S-Band and Bonnie too, and don't forget Quanto, Ransom GR, Icy G Frog, Freezy Frog, Pancake King 2, Cat Food Taste Tester, Passion Error, Carrie Busey, ASMR, Zodiac Tone, Beelzebub, Handlips 1, Computer Please Fart for Me, Burrito 55555, Everyone Type Forsen, Nova Glarian, Tankard and Borson, Vin Alowith, JB's 10, Clap Your Head, Purple Donut Filling Its Fruit, Parasitosis, Saguaro, Uzod, Bane, and Toke My Nuts, Game Master Flash, Archmage Kale, Mochi's Nirvana, Sickly Boy, High 134G, SED Test, Moa Melody, E-Lake, _ Sexy Daddy 420, Johnny Punk 22, The Chironix, Dinosaur, Nico Tezo, Henry Philippopoulos, Shandus 2, Gayfish 69, Computer Help, Maros _ Nella Wallen, and Bill Larkin Music, and don't forget Quanto, don't forget Quanto. I hear sirens. Maybe we rocked it too hard and the police are coming. All right, everybody. Let's take a look at our food here. I want to make it very clear to you that today what I made was, we did the official unboxing of my Factor boxed meals, and you can get 50% off of them if you order them right now on the link that I have on the About page of my Twitch. But we made it according to the directions. It was so fast that we also had to make our own side item, and I want to make it clear that the Factor meal is this one here, which has the garlic broccoli and the pasta with pork ragu and cavatappi. This here is my own creation, which is apple hash browns, which might have gotten a little bit too cooked. If you want to see what we were going for here with the apple hash browns, similar, I'd say. Not bad, but the real star of our show here today is our sponsor. I want to thank them so much for sponsoring Henry's Kitchen. We don't get a lot of sponsors here. I don't know why. Something about the content possibly, but not only are they sponsoring this, but they also sent me delicious food that we're going to eat right now. And but I'm just going to say one last time here on behalf of Factor. Get 50% off of your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life using my link. That means you can choose 2 free wellness shots from the 3 available flavors for every order while you are an active subscriber. And the link should be going in the chat, and it's also on my About section on my Twitch channel. And you're absolutely right. There was a comment here from Hobby 8 saying they sent some river bison also. So that means the reverb is on. We left it on. Check 1. All right, everybody. Trying to think of what I should do first. I'm just going to do a little bit of my apple hash browns here. It's going to work. It's a good way to get your apple in. We've all heard the expression, apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, this is going to be one way to do it. Maybe not so much oil, salt, and burned. But, yeah. All we did was we took the regular hash brown health food option that we see in diners and truck stops, and we swapped out the potato with shredding up apple, and it worked. But now for the real star of our show, I'm going to be eating our cavatappi, an Italian-style pork ragu with garlic, broccoli. Broccoli is one of those foods that you have to eat, but it's not necessarily delicious coming right out, so adding garlic seasoning is a great idea. Yeah. This goes down real easy. They have professional chefs that work for Factor to prepare these meals, and dietitians. They're on your side. They want you to get healthy. If you're doing a low-calorie thing, springtime's about to come up, and that means summer's creeping right around the corner, lurking, peering into your window while you're sleeping. So don't forget that you might want to get that summer body or whatever, and this is one way to do it. Just go on the low-cal box plan, and they'll send you those. Or if you don't care, then just get the filet mignon and mac and cheese. All right. I'm going to try the pasta. Cavatappi pasta, which we learned today, is based on the word corkscrew, and I get it now. They look like little corkscrews. Yep. Okay, that's delicious. That's really good. And I'm not bullshitting you. I feel the need to say this. There have been a couple of sponsorships that have come down the pike here at Henry's Kitchen that I told them thank you very much for thinking about us, but I didn't do them because it wasn't a product that I thought that I could use, and I didn't feel good telling other people to do it. But I'll be completely honest. This is delicious. You get 50% off your first box if you click on my link, and you can feel free to do it. And I want to thank the 7 people that have done it. And then after this, we have some exciting stuff coming up at Henry's Kitchen. March 27th, we're going to have chef reactions. the amazing chef, and we're going to do some chef-to-chef talk. I think I'm going to make chicken cacciatore. That's a meal that I don't know what it is, so that would be a great time to teach it to you. All right, everybody. I want to thank you so much, and thanks to the folks at Factor for sponsoring Henry's Kitchen this month. And this was delicious. It's a delicious meal, and it was shipped right to my doorstep, and it took us 2 minutes to prepare. Muchi Nochi says, Henry, if your nipples could be anything other than nipples, what would they be? That's a question I'd have to think about for a long time, probably. Maybe aluminum cans? I don't know. I don't know what kind of answer would be appropriate for that. Everyone type Forson says, Henry, I recently got a new job and we're all watching the stream in the office. As a little reverse welcome present, I placed an air horn under the boss's seat as a little surprise. Ooh, that's going to spice things up. I hope that job believes in casual behavior. Okay, everybody. I think it's time now for us to see, is there anybody that we can raid here at the end of the channel? Oh, just one last time. I know I've said it many times, but I just want to make sure. Get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life using my link. That means you can choose 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you're an active subscriber. Thanks, Factor. Thanks, you. Thank you is what I meant to say. Husky Boyo's live. Well, we're going to have to go check in on Husky Boyo then. Husky Boyo is my buddy who is an incredible drawer. I don't know if he's drinking beers at the moment. Sometimes he takes a little bit of a break. But we're going to go and check in with Husky Boyo. So let's go ahead and do that now. Kairosa, no, it's not your bad at all. Kairosa mentioned that Thomas Middleditch, which I think is Middle Twitch? I thought that was his handle, but maybe not. But we're going to raid him sometime, and we'll see if he remembers me. I don't know if he would. But we're going to go check in with Husky because that's the kind of mood we're in. This was a very high-stress stream for a lot of people. You can see Roast Beef, my cat, very stressed out. Extremely stressed out about this whole situation. And so we need to go check in on Husky to get a little bit of chillin' and maybe have a mix a beverage, or if you're not into alcohol, you can make a mocktail or whatever and see what he's drawing. So here we go. Without further ado, we're gonna raid Husky Boyo. Oh, it looks like he's drawing up something cool. Here we go. Thanks again, everybody, and thanks, Factor, and I really appreciate you bearing with me as I try to step out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I appreciate it. Speaking of which, I'm going to take the tie off to watch some Husky. All right, see you guys. Thanks, Borsenvin, and happy birthday. Thanks, Beelzebub. Thanks, No Esquire. Gumme Cande. Thanks, everybody. Here we go.